What's going on, guys? It's Austin from the Second Militia. Today I'm going to be reviewing a review that's been a long time coming, and that is on the 19X. I think I say this before every video, but everything's been safety checked and cleared. So, the first thing you might notice on this particular 19X is that it does not have the 17 length grip. And the reason for that is I cut it, sanded it down, made it smooth to make it more concealable. You might also notice the double undercut right here, and then there's also another undercut for the support hand. I thought about doing accelerator cuts, but I just haven't committed to that yet, and I really haven't had the time. Okay, so what I did was I took the base plate off of the 17 rounder that was FDE and had it on here, so it looked really good. But because of an attachment that I put on the rail, I put the black base plate back on just so, you know, it kind of contrasted a little better. And the attachment is a TLR1, but that's going to be in another video. So, as you notice, just to show you all, completely clear. As you notice, this 15 round mag has the +2 extension that is on the 19 round mag that comes with the 19X. And as it's seated in, you know, it looks really good, to me anyway. And that right there, you know, the double undercut allows for a good purchase. You also might notice mine is a little different than most. Mine has the 19X right up here towards the front. It's almost holographic, like you can't really see it in camera, but in person it looks really good. Now, this is a backup mag. I carry this as a backup mag. This is never, you know, just the primary mag. Now, there are times that it is the primary mag when I can, you know, I'm wearing a button-up shirt or something of that nature, or heavier garments to where it does hide that a little bit better. But without this and just the 15 in, it does exceptionally well. As of right now, I have 5,600 rounds, in between 56 and 6,000 rounds through this. I did get this used, and I think the guy that I got it used from had something like 1,000 rounds through it. So, you know, when you're dealing with people like that, they never truly are honest with the round count. But he said 1,000, so I don't see why he would lie. But, you know, I always add an extra 1,000. So this gun's has somewhere in between, you know, 5,600 to, you know, 8,600 rounds, not 8,600,000. That's just ridiculous. But the trigger on this, I have noticed, is on the 19X anyway, is so much better than the one that's in the Gen 5s. And people are going to say, well, it's the same setup, it's the same trigger. No, I had a 19 Gen 5, and whenever I would fire it, you know, in rapid successions of, you know, 3 to 5, it would almost feel like I had to pull the trigger to over travel more for it to detonate the round. This one is just so sweet and smooth. You also might notice that I cut the ambidextrous side, or the right side, of the slide lock off. Why? Because whenever I get that good strong grip, sometimes I hit it. It is what it is. I like it that way. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but it gets the job done for me. But back to what I was saying, the trigger, I mean, it is just so sweet. And then on the reset, let me do this to where y'all can see it. You know, you come out to right there, and then it's just so sweet, so smooth. Now, I do have a Gen 4 that, I mean, it's got an okay trigger on it, but it's not, and you know, this is all factory as well. And the Gen 4 is all factory as well, so they really, you know, work themselves in over time. Now, I do have a Wheaton Arms flat face trigger shoe on a GLOCK factory trigger bar. I actually had to send that back in because the safety, let's see, that safety notch right there on this, if I was to press the side, it is not going in. Well, with the Wheaton Arms one that I have, or had, I should say, it would, you know, it would catch it a little bit, but it ultimately would just slide through. And no, that's not really a big deal, you know, because if you're fingering on the trigger, it won't go off. But if you dropped it, the inertia of the fall, if it come down, you know, straight down, it could cause it to, you know, fire. So I didn't want that. Not that I'm a clumsy person or anything, or that I ever drop it, but I'm just sending it back so he can send me a new one that does engage the frame, because I really do like that trigger. It's a smooth, flat face trigger, and it's just comfortable. And it takes a lot of the slack out. Now, as some of you might notice, the Gen 5s have less slack than the Gen 4s, which I really enjoy, because it when you hit that wall, it's not a hard wall. It's a stiff wall, but it rolls through and breaks very crisply. What else? I mean, the finish they're using on the Gen 5s, like such as on the barrel and the slides, has held up amazingly. I mean, it's held up. That's all I can say about it. It is really held up. This does have the factory night sights on it, and they work perfectly fine for me. I'm possibly going to be getting the slide milled and putting a Trijicon Armor on here, Type 2. But we'll see, because, I mean, this thing is just so spot on accurate without it. I don't know that I'm for sure going to do it to this, but most likely I will. I also did, on the slide plate, put the old Great American Flag of the US of A on there. It's just something I like, plus it's all metal. But overall, it's an awesome gun. This is one of my EDCs. I've ran this thing really hard, and I've done that intentionally to give you, you know, my honest review. The one thing that I didn't like about it was with the 17 style grip. It was particularly hard for me to conceal because of my method of carry. So, and especially with the 19 round mag. So with this, you know, I can slide that in and I can still conceal that, you know, very easily. And it also, you know, allows for my support hand to ride on it. And I mean, it's awesome. This thing's a tack driver. But overall, I wouldn't even waste my money on a 19 Gen 5. I'd buy the 19X and chop the grip like I did. I mean, and you know, yeah, it's not perfect. I will openly admit that it is not perfect at all. But it's smooth. I did it correctly. But it's perfect for me. You know, it's mine. It's not anybody else's, so it is what it is. If you don't like it, you're entitled to your opinion. I also don't like the finish that they used on these slide stop levers. They wear it, I mean, even on my Gen 5, it wore off within, hell, the first month of me using it and dry firing it. I mean, I don't know, I don't like the finish that they used on those. I think the Gen 4 slide stop finish lasted longer than the Gen 5s. But other than that, everything has held up. It's solid. I'm going to try to push it to 10,000 before I change out the recoil spring and put a new trigger housing unit in it. But other than that, I mean, it's been exceptionally well. Of course, it's a Glock. I haven't had any problems with it. So, I mean, that's all I really have to say about it. If you were looking into getting one, I wouldn't even second guess it. I'd get it. You don't have to put these cuts in there. I did that for me. That's my little personal deal. I like it because, you know, I do shoot a lot and I get Glock knuckle. So, with that being said, if you're thinking about it, I definitely get it. Other than that, that's all I really have to say about it. Of course, you'll be seeing this in 2 more videos for the weapon mounted light that I got that I'm also going to show in the video, and then in a third video of my new EDC for spring 2019. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But I really do appreciate y'all's support.